So we're super excited about that. It's Father's Day weekend, so we're gonna pay homage to some really great guys this weekend. So let's get the show started. Without further ado, let me welcome my co-host into the show today. What can I say about Shamir? That's my girl. Like, I love her. Welcome to the show, Shamir Bacon.
Thank you for having me, Amber. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, she is Boss Up TV Network. She is the Real Housewives of Houston.
Yes.
Girl, she is moving and shaking, and she is being a dream maker for many other people. So,
right.
Yeah, and then... But anyway, and I also know that you've got a great event next weekend. Tell us about that.
So wait a minute, which event are you talking about?
The one you want me to host.
Oh, yes. We have, we're going to do a dating relationship type of event where we are talking about the Venus and Mars effect of women and men.
Wow.
We're going to be talking about the new way of dating, how you date through social media and things of that nature, the apps they have.
Yep.
And then we're also going to be getting the woman and the female perspective. So this is called She Debates.
Okay.
And it's a thing about he said, she said. We're going to get into some hot topics.
Boy, it is in this world. It is so crazy. That's what we talked about this week was like ways you can protect yourself from online scammers.
Ooh, catfish.
It's bad if there's enough going on out here like this that they were able to make a whole show about it.
You're right.
A whole show.
Listen. I think it's in its third season. Come on now.
And here's the thing too, Shamir. I really love, usually Thursday is really I try to focus on the things singles are going through.
Oh, okay.
Because
I came for it.
Yeah. One of Houston's top 10 most eligible.
Hello.
Just saying hello. Introducing Shamir.
I always do that. My Beyonce. Put a ring on it, honey. Okay.
All right. So she's available, and I might have been known to filter. So if you're interested in Shamir, let me know. We'll introduce you.
Get with the millionaire matchmaker.
Yes. We'll filter, and then we find a match. We'll send you guys on a date and see how it goes. What are some of the things that you're hearing when it comes to singles out here, and what some of the challenges they're facing?
That dating thing has gotten complicated, I believe, especially with the new age, then the coronavirus. So it's a lot of things. But I have actually heard that people have hooked up and actually had a great time and done some virtual dating, which is weird to me. I'm old school girl.
Yeah, me too.
Southern Belle, I need to see you, feel you, energy, honey. Okay.
Pheromones are really big. A lot of people don't even think about that. It could be something just as little as a pheromone.
That's right. So the dating scene has gotten a little complicated, but it's still hope.
Yeah, and the thing is, actually, during the quarantine, Tinder was offering Tinder dates at the grocery store.
So we're dating at the grocery now.
Yeah, and
wow.
You know what I think is really cool about that though is like if you're a total health nut, or let's say you're a vegan, or you're somebody that's really living a certain lifestyle, and you're like, let's go, because seriously, that is a big thing. Because I've dated guys before where I could not cook for them because they do not like anything that I like.
This is funny.
Seriously, like
I think I've had that issue as well. The difference on the eating habits.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can eat healthy, and sometimes I could just go, listen, I need soul food, pork chops, ham hocks, rice and gravy. Okay.
Seriously though, I grew up in my life in the country, so we fried everything.
Okay. Now I have gotten away from the fried. I've tried to grill more.
Yeah.
At least that's a little healthy, right?
Every now and then we gotta get some catfish though. I love catfish.
Yeah, I have to have some fried fish.
Yeah, every now and then. There's nothing like fried fish though. But that's the thing. But when you're in the grocery store and you're walking around and you literally are like, ew, gross. Like, and I've literally not been able to cook anything because I'm like, what do you mean you don't eat meat at all? Like,
now see that vegan thing. That's a trick.
I mean, I admire it. Like, I wish I could be one. I really do. But like, I really love chicken, and I'm just not about to give it up.
I really love chicken, steak, pork,
Yeah.
all of that. I have done a moderation change, so I do eat it in moderation. I'm able to kind of portion my meals a little bit more. And I think that's, and then you have to take baby steps.
Yeah.
So everything is not let's jump.
Yeah.
So gradually you're kind of, when you're way off of eating all the
one of
stuff.
our new morning show hosts, comedian Tressa Ellaby, you're going to catch her guys on Friday.
Okay.
She has a new brand out called Vegan Thick, and it's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, she's still healthy, she's still thick, but she's lost like 50 pounds because diabetes runs in her family. So it's more of a medical, it's like more of a health thing. It's like,
right.
And I guess, hey, do this or you're not going to live is enough to make you stop eating the stuff you don't want to eat. But she was telling me the other day something about, vegan, and then you have to give up cheese. And I was like, well, you lost me there.
It's like, it's over. Cheese,
that's not going to happen. But, I think it's been very frustrating with online dating just because there are so many games and you have to go through so much drama to really filter. It's the filtering process that is why people come to a matchmaker.
I believe that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I love the filtering because you just never know. Even with the matchmaking system, you still never know. Like, you never know what type of situation you're going to be in. You never know what scenarios will happen within the relationship. So, different strokes for different folks. And so some things people can handle and some things people can't, you know?
Yeah, it's true. And I think, especially when you're dating out here with kids, you've got to really rethink meeting people online just because you've seen so many things in the news where step parents are abusing or murdering people's kids. I can't imagine, but that goes back to healing your worth issues before you try to date.
Before you even try to date, yeah. And then another thing is, with children, you have to be careful. And especially if you know that your child is, I'm trying to figure out the word.
Bad?
Challenged. Challenge. You beaten.
No home training.
Yeah. You have to think about how you're going to maneuver that dating thing, because at the end of the day, some people just don't know how to handle those type of children. Some people are used to being respected. And so, again, you never know what'll happen. People just snap.
No, seriously, it does. I mean, because people, even when you have children together, I mean, domestic violence rate has really gone up through the quarantine. The divorce request has doubled during the quarantine. What's your take on that? With the divorce rate increasing by 50% in just a matter of months,
50%.
What is missing? What in your opinion?
For divorce?
Yeah. What is making people say, okay, we've been quarantined for a few months together. Now I don't want to be married to you anymore. That's crazy to me.
I'm gonna say time, okay? Because time, people don't realize the value of the time spent away.
That's so true.
Okay, because if I can be away from you for a couple of hours and then miss you, then that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see you, this and that. Or if I can be away from you for a couple of days, some people travel and things of that nature for work. And then here's another thing: we could be in the same household, but when we're actually working and things of that nature, the time spent together is not as much,
right?
And it's not forced.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to spend time with you now. So now with the quarantine, it's like you have no choice. Yeah. We're here every day. Little things or nuances that I didn't notice before, I'm noticing now. It's like, wait a minute, I
thought it was interesting when Jada Pinkett Smith said, I didn't know Will till quarantine. I'm like, y'all been together 20 years.
Girl.
And you didn't
Don't
know
be
him?
saying that about Will, girl.
What? Like, he is perfect.
We love Will, honey.
That line waiting to get him is right around your house, I promise. But that's the thing. Like, how do you not know somebody for 20 years? You just...
Well, I can attest to this, right? Yeah. So I say this all the time, especially with dating, because I am some type of life coach in some sense, right? Yeah. Because I have been married, divorced, single, I've been in long-term relationships. So I have experience in that field.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about evolution. Okay.
Word.
At 18, I'm that person at 18.
Yeah.
At 25, I'm that person at 25. So if a person is in a long-term relationship that lasts over 10 years or 15 years, there is a urgency to reintroduce yourself to your partner every time. Every couple of years, y'all want to start back dating, get to know each other again, because the man that he's becoming, the woman that you're becoming is totally different than what you were when you first started out.
Exactly.
So these people are thinking, oh, I'm with this same girl that had no idea about life. And now she's a full-fledged woman.
Exactly.
So, you just have to think about those things, and vice versa. The man has grown into manhood. He has a voice, he has opinion, So I just feel like that's what keeps relationships growing and going, is reintroducing yourself throughout the relationship.
It's funny you say that, because there was this guy interviewed, and he had been married for 60 years.
60 years?
And
Congratulations.
That's amazing. But guess what the secret was?
What was the secret?
How did you make it last so long with your wife? He said, because I was married to 8 different women. And
that's it. I'm telling you.
With the change. He's like, it was one woman, but it was 8 different women. And that's the thing, because who you are, even in my marriage, I got married super young. And, I had 2 kids by the time I was 24. And it was like, okay.
Similar.
Yeah. And it was like, oh my God. Like, I'm not, you don't realize how young you are.
Right.
Having kids.
Oh, goodness.
Your kids get that age. Like, my daughter's 25 today.
Yes.
I already had 2 kids, a full whole family.
Let me tell you, baby, I was real grown.
I knew everything, too.
Yes, house, car. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I was more, boss at 18, honey. Listen, I had house, car, bank accounts, and all kind of things going on when I was 18, because I was so driven. And I always paid homage to my mom, because my mom was a strong, independent Black woman, and she always instilled, do your own thing. You can have a man, but do your own thing. Get your own things. And so at a very young age, I learned a lot of things early on, just in womanhood. And so later on in life, I started being more dependent, because I'm like, listen, I need somebody to take care of me now. Okay? Where you at, Boaz?
It's so true. It's so true. It is hard out here, especially once you have kids. Oh my God, that just adds to it. I give respect to men. There's a lot, Father's Day weekend. There's a lot of dads out here that are really doing their thing and really holding it down, and really, nothing, speaking of dating, nothing will turn me off more than a deadbeat dad. Or a Facebook dad.
Ooh, not a
Facebook dad.
Listen, social media dad. Okay? No, I do. I want to really, really, really give props to the men that step up, especially like the stepdads that step up and be the father figure for, the children that don't really have the dads in their lives. It takes a real man. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
It takes a real man to actually step up and take care of another family as well as your own.
But what bothers me is when they take care of their stepkids but not their own.
Now listen,
there are men like that.
There are men like that, and see, I'm always that devil's advocate, or I'm just real.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just feel like we have to be real in the situations where us as women, being the other woman or being the first woman, and and now he's moved on, we have to respect those boundaries, and allow him to actually see his children.
And I think money has nothing to do with seeing the kids.
Nothing.
At all.
Nothing.
I know, like, for me, in my situation, I waived $100,000 in back child support. Just so
listen here.
I tried to help in many different ways, like, because I don't care. I've already raised her to this point.
Right,
so
right.
It's kind of like, I don't need your money at this point. I just want you to have a relationship.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I don't feel like, let me say some, because I made a post And I was like, men do this and men, and it was like, be politically correct, say some. So let me say some men, are able to actually gauge that and say, okay, even if I don't have this, and even if I'm not able to provide in this way, at least I can have the relationship. The relationship is really more important than the money, because I'm gonna tell you something about a real woman. Okay, a real woman is gonna take care of their child, whether you're in the relationship, in the situation, whether you're there or not. A real woman is gonna take care of her child. So your financial support is a plus, but it's not everything, honey.
No, it's true. I mean, you're going to take care of your kids regardless. I just, today is definitely a dedication to all the real fathers out there.
Yes.
Taking care of their kids.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, and the women that are blessed by them. And I grew up, and I think it depends a lot on how you grew up. Like, I grew up traditional in the sense that my mom, well, I guess you would say she never worked. She did work. She worked with my dad and helped him build his empire.
Hello.
But
real woman, real queen.
Exactly. But I love, and that has always been what I grew up and I saw. And it's always been the ideal dream, because you know who benefited from that was the kids.
You.
The kids.
The wonderful Amber Neal, honey.
The same. But, shout out to my dad. Rest in peace. I lost him a couple years ago. It's hard, but, I'm so grateful. It's interesting, because even though he's gone, I feel like spiritually, like the level I'm going to, I'm going to need a different kind of protection.
Come on here. You're going to need that spiritual.
It's new levels, new devils, right?
and it's real.
Unless somebody say it ain't. But that's the thing. My daddy was a real man. He was a protector.
Love
he was
it.
a provider. He was, from the time my dad grew up dirt poor. Baby of 10 kids. His daddy died when he was 12. His mother was a school teacher. And when I tell you, they had a house made of rocks. Like they called it the old
literally.
Made of rocks and cement. They called it the old rock pile. Okay. And 2 bedrooms, 10 kids. And
2 bedroom, man. Listen, that's a miracle.
I'm serious.
2 bedrooms, 10 kids. Wow.
And there were so many grandkids that because my dad was a baby. His oldest brother was 21 years older than him. So we didn't really know our grandma like you would think. You know what I mean? There's so many people around her.
Wow.
But I did get to spend the night with her one time, and I said, we called her Mama Mabel. Why did you have 10 kids?
10 kids, girl.
She said, baby, that's what happens when you sleep with a man with no drawers on.
I love it.
I'm going to put some pants on. Like, what? But, I think that's what I admire. There's a difference in people that are self-made and other people that like have daddy's money or whatever. Or they just like have a silver spoon. My thing is, my dad came from such humble beginnings. He graduated high school and went to U of H and met my mom. She worked for the city at Parks and Recreation, and he was renting a field, and that they met old school.
Come on.
But what's cool about it is he literally went to college. He was in the Marines on the weekend, and he worked full time.
Real man, all the way.
And when he was the year he graduated college and got out of the Marines was the year I was born. But he literally went out and opened his first business and never worked for a man a day of life.
Love it.
And when and through the years, he had many, many businesses, and I used to ride around with him and just go collect checks with him. Okay. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, Daddy, but when I grow up, I need to do that.
I'm gonna collect those checks, honey.
So it's funny though, because his name was Rex Roundtree. Okay. And my family would call me RJ because my dad was a boss and he made no apologies, okay? Okay. And so it was kind of, my family...
Unapologetic boss.
My family was kind of like, I think it started off as an insult. They would call me RJ, Rex Jr. And because y'all know how I am, I go get it, right? Yeah. So, me, I'm always working. So it was really, I think the best thing that ever happened was, by the time right before my dad passed away, a couple of years, he started calling me RJ. Okay. And I was like, I am on the right path. Because that is the lesson. So I say all that to say this, if you don't think, especially a young man needs his dad to mold him.
Yes, they do.
When one of the hardest things I ever did after my divorce, I sent my son to live with his dad because I can't teach him all the things that he needs to. And women, don't get me wrong, single women can do it, but the statistics from children that come from single parents' home is like 70% of kids from single parent homes wind up in jail, dead, drugs, suicide, depression. I mean, the kids are shooting at the school now. Yeah. Like what do we have to do?
Something is missing.
Something is missing.
Yeah.
The fathers are not in the homes anymore.
Yeah.
And it's okay. We all go. It's the culture. It's the lack of knowledge. It's the generational curses. And we can go on why things are the way they are. But at the end of the day, we've kicked God out of the school, basically out of the country. At the end of the day, things have gone so ego based and not spiritual based. Yes. And we wonder why things are the way they are. But, with Meridate, I'm starting Meridate because I want to cure the divorce rate.
Love it.
I don't want kids, because my dad and mom were like amazing. And then when they got divorced, it went woo, right?
And since you're talking about Meridate, right? Do you recommend people marry later on in life after they've, done their accolades, had their accomplishments, or even just finished school?
I'll give you an example. Yes, the answer is yes. Definitely. And studies are showing that women are having children at 27, average age now, which is
yes. Because, honey, if I could have had a child at 27, honey.
Oh, 37.
Or never.
We love our kids, but wow.
Yes, but listen.
All right.
Those years, right?
Think twice. Get a dog. I'm kidding. But it's true. Like, that's the one thing with my daughter. Like I said, she's 25 today. Mm-hmm. And I was so honest with her about how the mistakes I made when I was younger. And I'm like, I went on a self-love journey to heal for her so she don't perpetuate the same generational traits and curses, because at a certain point it is a choice.
Yes, I practice that. Let me be real. Let me keep them informed. Let me give them the advice early on. So you a lot of times, and I say this a lot too, like when we were growing up, our parents told us to do things, and they never just really told us why.
Yeah.
So now the narrative. Right, exactly. Don't ask me, But my thing is, my narrative changed, and it's because of that reason. And so now I proactively say, listen, you need to do this, and then this is why. Exactly. And then I went through this, so I don't want you to go through that, And so it's certain things that I applaud my daughter. She's 20, and I'm so proud of her, because some things she didn't really listen, but I'm starting to see that as she grows and matures, she's actually, taking heed and listening to the advice that I'm giving her.
Trying to train a child in the way of the Lord.
Yes, girl.
Here's the thing, and that's the thing too, is like, now that my daughter's 25, she is so much better than I was at that age.
Yes.
She's already a college graduate. She has a degree in journalism and a minor in communications. She works at Fox
She's
News.
Me.
She's no. I mean, I've been kind of blown away because she defied the odds, and we both did. We
love it
together.
Yes.
She's already married, and she's gonna wait. She's 25. She's gonna wait till she's about 27, 28 to start having a family. But the thing is the thing I could teach her the most is self-love. Get your degree, go for your career, do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Right mate will complement that and support that, and not try to take you away from that.
Exactly.
You can't be with, if you have, this is now the second time that I've had a guy that I've dated tell me, one guy told me, quit doing everything I'm doing and go be a nurse. And then we could get married. And then I had
boo. Yeah. Wait a minute.
I'm like, a nurse? Like, that just feels like it just randomly got picked out of the air. Like, did you even ask me if I can deal with blood? You know what I mean? So
you don't even know me.
No, but I feel like because I feel like if you're really my friend and you listen, you will see my true pain and
your
purpose.
Passion.
And passion is from all the pain that we went through, and I don't want other children to go through that. So yes, I do want to work with children, and I love helping adults as well. Because my major was elementary education. I thought I was going to be a school teacher like my grandma. But as it turns out, I don't like kids that much. And I decided to work with adults. I don't like adults that much, and I'm thinking about kids again. But the kids are our future, and we've got to get involved. We can't just be selfish and be like, oh well.
Right.
Okay, but I think that my daughter is so much smarter than I was at that age. And I even wrote a book called How My Kitty Betrayed Me. If you guys want to
How My Kitty Betrayed Me. Listen, y'all better go get that book. Okay? Let me tell you, that's the reason why I got really interested in Amber. She was like, I wrote a book. We met at the Wealthy Women's Seminar or something. And she was like, I wrote a book, and guess what it's called? And I'm like, what, girl? How My Kitty... I said, what? Girl, let me get that book.
It is, you know what though? It took me, I wrote it in 2015.
Love it.
And I uploaded it to Amazon. I took it back down. So it's still not on Amazon. You have to get it from me.
Why did you take it down?
Because I hadn't healed from the shame of it yet.
Okay.
Now I'm ready. Y'all can know all my
grow.
So whatever. We're gonna take a quick break, you guys. This is such a great conversation. We didn't get into the stuff we're gonna talk about yet, because that's just how we get down. We just keep it real and talk about what's on our heart. But you guys are listening to Edge Radio at 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. When we come back, we are going to pay tribute to a very special single dad doing it
awesome.
big. Y'all stay tuned right here on the Matchmaker Hotline. I'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
We work our whole lives. Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
guys, welcome back into the all-new Matchmaker Hotline. It's your girl Matchmaker Amber Neal. Today we are talking about what it's like to be a single in today's world. And today we're going to spotlight a very special guest on the show today. And also welcome back in Shamir Bacon to the show.
Hey guys!
We're going to interview Mr. Ed Warner.
Yes.
Because he is our Spotlight Single of the Week. And he is our Spotlight
Come on, Spotlight
Dad
Single. Come on, Spotlight Dad.
We're paying homage to the dads out there right now. So welcome to the show, Ed.
Hey, how you
Welcome to
doing?
the show, Ed.
Yeah, I heard you got a treat for us coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. What's going to happen?
Well, in honor of Father's Day, I was asked to come up with a cocktail, and I thought that I would do a classic dad cocktail, which is an old fashioned. I'm just going to put a little Ed Experience spin on it.
Ew, I like
Awesome.
Ed Experience. Is that
Come
what you
on,
tell the
Ed
ladies
Experience.
too?
Yeah, but
Ed Experience.
I don't think I've ever been a Spotlight Single before.
It's the
Ooh,
first time for everything.
Yeah,
everything.
that's what they say.
Well, let me tell you guys a little bit about Ed. And if you want to meet him, call into the hotline, 281-587-1540. If you have some questions, you're interested, let us know. We're going to filter it out. We're going to show you what live matchmaking looks like. That's the whole point of today. And if you like them, we'll send you out on a date courtesy of the show. And if we'll follow up and see if there's a match made in Houston or not, okay?
Yeah.
So you guys call into the
Here's
hotline,
Ed.
281-587-1540, 281-587-1540. And in just a few minutes, we're going to hear from you, Ed, and find out what kind of lady you're looking for so we can help you find her today.
Where is she?
Where is she? Yes, because you're a good-looking guy, and he's tall too. You know, the ladies love the tall men. Okay, so let's hear about Ed. Let's hear his bio. So Ed, he's born in New York City.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Ed Warner moved to Houston in high school. Ed attended Texas Southern University, where he was a founding program member and designated music director of KTSU.
Yay.
Awesome.
Could I correct that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was the first program director and music director at KTSU, and I was the first voice on the air.
Wow.
So I flipped the switch.
You sound like a radio voice.
I'm serious.
It sounds like
I
it.
never intended to go on the radio, but certain things happened, and it forced me in front of the mic. But yeah, that started a really strange journey for about 35, 40 years.
Wow, I want to hear about that too. Give the ladies a little bit more information about you here. So Ed was in fact, that was my next sentence. Ed was in fact the first voice on the station. While at KTSU, he became the local college representative for CBS Records, now
Yay.
Sony Music, and started a 40-plus year career in the music industry. Ed started experiencing burnout and left the music business to attend culinary school, where he had the privilege of being an apprentice with a very prominent chef in Houston. Ed was taught all the working parts of a restaurant and developed a passion for combining flavors. After completing his apprenticeship and returning to the music industry, he realized that his decision to leave entertainment was best. Ed returned to the hospitality industry. Bartending would ultimately prove to be Ed's gift. Today, the Ed Experience combines culinary knowledge with a passion for creating award-winning cocktails, and is now on the fast track to being a highly respected cocktail designer.
Yay!
Great bio.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
All these accolades, honey.
do you feel, one of the things, I've been a professional comedian for 10 years, and I can tell you one of the hard things about dating when you're in the entertainment business is that it's so challenging trying to date people that are not in the entertainment business, because there's just
Yes, they don't understand.
What's been your
Well, I think that's true with anything. There's the term "birds of a feather flock together,"
okay?
Oh,
and you find it rare. I think that when I was married, my ex-wife was also involved in the music industry. So, I mean, there's things that you understand as far as the late nights. Like when I first started in the music industry,
Can you skip a little closer to the mic, honey?
Okay. When I first started in the music industry, well, naturally, the ladies that I would deal with would be excited about going to shows.
Right.
Because the experience of going to a show with me was different. But it was real different. What they didn't realize was I was going to work.
Right. So they wanted to have this experience, but he's like, I gotta work, honey.
So
That's how I am.
So what I had started doing was I had like a crew of chaperones almost.
Okay.
To where, like, if it was a concert, I'd give my girl 2 or 3 tickets, and then I'd say, when you get to the show, get in touch with so and so.
Yeah.
And then all of the things they thought I would do, this guy would do for me.
Right.
Like I had work to do, so I made sure they met the artists. I made sure they were treated like VIPs, blah blah blah. But I just didn't have the time to do it.
So true.
So I mean, I made those accommodations, but so I hit it from both sides. Like now, well, one of the things that is different that I'm older now as a bartender. So my focus is different as far as, so now I'm not going like most people go to the bar to meet people.
Yeah.
I go to the bar to serve people.
I'm sure you hear all kinds of stories.
And that's like I'm a bartender. I tend to the bar. So I listen to people's stories. I counsel people. At the end of the day, what I do is I seduce people.
The end experience, yeah.
And that's what, and even with the two of y'all have probably been to a lot of restaurants, been to a lot of bars, but the ones you keep going back to are the ones that give you more than food and drink.
That's right. It's an experience.
Yeah, it really
There you go.
is.
Right.
So, when I was asked to do this thing, it was explained a little different. I kind of really didn't know what I was getting myself into. But, like dating, like people that know me sometimes come to the bar and hang out, they'll accuse me of flirting. Well, yeah, and yes and no. All right. One of the things that people at a bar want is attention.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
So, and what I want as a bartender is you to stay and give me money.
That's right.
All right. I mean, I'll be real honest with you. So, and it's funny that I flirt with both men and women. And when I say flirting, it doesn't naturally mean
Sexual.
it's sexual. It's that I want to find out what your interests are.
Right.
I want you to, even if it's just for 30 minutes, like me. Let's form a relationship.
Yeah.
Even if it's, for a minute. Now, I would say, after I was married, my longest relationship was a woman I met at a bar. I met as a bartender.
Right.
And
did that become a problem later?
No, never.
I'm just wondering.
I mean,
because,
never.
like, that's what I hear from guys. It's like the things they love about me in the beginning is the things they hate about me in the end. It never fails.
Well, and I say that too about guys. I feel like a lot of times they meet women in a certain space, and then they expect that woman to be that same way all the time in that space. No, in that space, I was me in that space, but I'm not me on all those levels at all the time.
One of the things that on social media, there was a meme going around that the only way you're going to change your man is if he wears diapers. All right.
Wait a minute now.
So, and I think, and I think that's I think, I was listening to y'all's segment earlier. Mm-hmm. And there's there's a couple of things. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not down with online dating. Yeah.
I'm not really either.
Here's the thing.
The time you waste.
I raised a child during the MySpace era and during the time when kids were getting abducted because of online relationships.
Yes.
And nothing's really changed. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I have a friend I'm talking to that she's saying she's looking for a long-term relationship. Well, I ain't the dude. Right. All right. And I told her,
listen, Ed.
I mean, come on. Okay, let's be real. I'm 67 years old.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm not looking for. Now. Here's the thing. If organically it happens, that's one thing.
Don't force it.
But if a woman lets me know, like I was at her house and I just happened to see her whiteboard, and her whiteboard showed that she was looking for a man to get married and have children with.
Oh, that was her mistake.
Wait. But it was cool because
check.
I understand the vision board that's what you're looking for. I mean, if that's your vision, that's your vision.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I was, and if she's single. Maybe it should have been in her closet or something.
Of course.
But
especially if I knew you were coming over, honey. You was not going to see my vision board.
And I told her, I said it wasn't going to scare me away.
That's funny though.
But I wasn't that guy.
That's worse than the guy leaving the receipt out, of his bank statement or something like. Don't play.
And I don't think that was. It was like what you said. It was just a thought that on the wall I'm one of them people that when I walk into a room, I take in the room.
Right.
And it was a practice that I did to where I look at a room, close my eyes, and then see if I can tell you where everything is.
Oh,
all right.
Wow, cool.
So I was just looking around the room.
Yeah.
I saw the whiteboard and I said, let me look at it. And as soon as I got back in front of this woman, I didn't hold nothing back. I said, I just looked at your whiteboard and I ain't that guy.
Well, let me tell you what you did do. You did do something great for yourself because you cut out the time that you would have wasted. With her or with the situation, because again, that's not what you wanted, or that's not where your headspace was at.
Okay, so let me show you where how convoluted my headspace is. I'm still seeing this girl.
Don't put your whiteboards out, honey. Hashtag.
So I'm still seeing this girl, right? And now we're talking different because she's dating other people.
Right.
And I told her, look, I told you from the start, all I really want this to be is for you to be happy.
Oh.
All right. And I'm secure enough to realize if you want a long-term relationship, because it started out with Ed, let's hang out. So we can still hang out.
That's where she lost from the beginning.
Huh?
That's where she lost.
Ed, let's hang out. Said Shamir never.
What kind of shit?
No. Okay, now remember, I'm a bartender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't let's hang out. She said, I think it would be fun to hang out with you.
Yeah.
The Ed experience.
All right. So, and that's how
because clearly we're having an experience, honey, today.
And that's what we did. We hung out, and I'm a different kind of dude.
Yeah.
Like I got charged. Okay, I got charged up like with all men about wanting to chase younger women. Mm-hmm. I don't. I would love. See, my thing is I got a lot of freaking energy. All right. I don't sleep. I'll give you an example. I was working at a restaurant and, restaurant workers usually do their shift then they go hang out. They got to wind down. So I realized that it was always, hey, what you doing after shift? They would never talk to me.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really censoring myself. So I asked them one day, why don't you ever ask me to come hang? And they said, man, you're older than us. We figured you want. I said, okay, cool. So then I guess they started patronizing me, and they said, come on, Ed, you gonna go out? I said, no, I'm good, and I don't drink. All right, come on, you want to come out? No, I'm not. So now you don't hang out with us. You can't hang, huh? So I said, okay, here's the deal. Let's go hang out tonight, but on my terms. All right. So,
dun dun dun.
So they all like, yeah, oh man, we'll see. You'll be in bed by 11:30. So 8 o'clock the next morning, after we leave in the third after hour spot I took them to.
Now listen, listen.
All right. And I gotta open a restaurant in 2 hours.
Oh goodness.
I said, y'all ready to go home? Or we gonna just go straight to work? And it was like, nah, people already calling in sick. And I said, now think, I told them something someone told me. Never judge an old man unless you know what kind of young man he was.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know my background in the music business, but y'all only heard the song Party Like a Rock Star. I wrote the freaking lyrics.
Listen.
You dig? So, I mean, it's just like any other skill.
Right.
Once you do it long enough, it just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
So I have no problem staying up 2 or 3 days hanging out, And at one time I did it drug fueled. Now I don't. I just have that adrenaline. So going back to younger, older women.
Yeah.
If I could find a 60, 65-year-old woman that had my energy, I would much prefer to date her because we could have mature, well-rounded conversations.
Well, I'm a young, old woman, okay? I feel like I'm so old.
Hold on, whoa. Did you just make that statement as here's some information for you, Ed?
Well, okay, now, wait a minute, Ted.
Was that a low-key solicitation?
It really wasn't. No. Okay. Disclaimer. No, I'm just being real. Like I go to bed at a certain time. I'm like an old lady. Like I would never be able to hang with you. Like seriously.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like seriously, it's like I have to go to bed at a certain time. I don't do a lot of partying. So it's just a different, dynamic for me. But people will look at me and say, oh, she young. Oh, she can do this and this. I just don't. I can't do it.
Let me ask you this.
I'll be asleep at the bar.
People that are real, like I said, my first love is music. I play the piano, so that's
I love
my
music
first
too.
love. And for me, I tried to date a guy who listened to a totally different age group. It was a different music that I never listened to it even when it was out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so that became the deal breaker, surprisingly enough.
Wow.
Because I love music that much. Like, I'm so into music. Music will express things you can't express, and the song remembers when. So I would think that.
But I hear that statement that I'm so into music. Mm-hmm. But like what you just said, a genre separated you.
Right.
All right. To me, when I worked in the music business, I worked every genre.
Right.
I wasn't pigeonholed into rap. Yeah. I mean, and I worked in an era where music was about music.
Yeah, it was real music.
It was, like I tell people that the music industry, like all businesses, are motivated by money. But when I worked in the music business, the money was motivated by music. Today, the music is motivated by money.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. But in your respect, going back to this girl that wanted to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Well, she's a lot younger than I am.
Yeah.
So,
what do you call a lot?
She's half my age.
Okay.
All right. So
She grown though.
No, she's grown now. All right. So, you know, we listened to music and a lot of stuff she was far into. And then, like, we were together a couple of days ago, and she asked if she could change the music. And I'm quite sure she expected blowback, because you know you don't change the music in someone else's car.
That's right.
And I said, absolutely. I said, change it. Because, one, I want to see what she plays.
What she wants to hear, yeah.
What she wants to hear. I got a 33-year-old daughter. And my daughter was like an appendage to me growing up. She had a very bad relationship with her mother. It was almost like take your daughter to work was every day.
Right.
And it wasn't out of protection. It was just we liked each other's company, and I knew as a parent she needed attention.
Right.
She needed attention, and something that I learned when I was in college, I thought I was going to be a doctor. So I was a surgical technician during college. That was that was one of my college jobs. Well, one of the things that I noticed was that the attending surgeons would bring their kids to work. All right. And I'd seen kids from 6, 7, 8 up until getting ready to go to college.
Yeah.
And I assume that the ones that are getting ready to go to college been watching their dads do surgery since they were 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
Wow.
So that was, and naturally they were all Caucasians. So I said, this is what we need to do as black people, is your kids need to know what you do. A lot of black folks don't have the freedom to take their kid to work.
And is it interesting enough, or is it captivating enough to want to take them to
I realized that there was some.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about that because you're outside, but I think that there was times when, my daughter said,
me, I'm telling you, that's me. I have a friend that's in the industry, and he wants to take me everywhere, to the concerts, and we got to go backstage, and it's like they stay up to like 3. I'm like, I'm ready to go. And at one point, he was like, "You so ungrateful, you so unappreciative."
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm taking you around."
The morning, the next
day.
Not the next day.
No, not the next day. Listen, I really wouldn't be able to hang it then.
They just playing around. They posing.
Listen, he's like, I'm taking you around all these stars, and I'm like, listen, I'm not starstruck. I need to go to bed. Like, baby, listen. Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to pause that. We're going to come right back. You guys, we have our Spotlight Single of the Week as winner on the show. We're having a great time. In the next hour, Angela's going to join us, and it's going to make a drink for all the dads out there with the Ed Experience twist.
The Ed Experience, honey.
Y'all stay tuned to Edge Radio, 101.7 FM, 1540 AM, and we'll be right back with the all-new Matchmaker Hotline in 2 minutes.
This is former Rocket Robert Reed.
This is Mel Jewell of Athletes Unite.
And we want to talk to you of our new program and podcast. We're talking about former athletes who are doing a lot of things in the community.
Various athletes in various sports. Swimming, track, soccer, football, baseball, you name it.
Former and current athletes here in the greater Houston area.
All promoting wellness, health. All promoting that which makes us all better.
Of Edge Radio, truth still matters.
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversation.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love Edge Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Hey guys, welcome back into the Matchmaker Hotline. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. I'm here today with my co-host, Shamir Bacon.
Hey guys!
Today we are talking to the Spotlight Single of the Week, Dad's Edition. Y'all welcome back in Ed Warner to the show.
Mr. Ed Warner.
Hi.
He is straight clown and he is so funny.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he is hilarious. And when we were in break, you guys were having a conversation, and you were talking about like your real pet peeve is dads that don't take care of the kids, and it's not just about the money to you.
Yeah, you know, like here, brothers out there. If you're man enough to make a baby, be man enough to raise a baby.
Wow. That's right.
Today, you know, as a man, there's so many conversations I hear about the male-female situation, like, you know, guys that talk about the babies they've made like notches on a gun. You know, you hear about dudes talk, this is the stupidest part. Like, I heard this big discussion across the bar about these guys talking about they would never pay for sex.
Right.
So I listened to them, and then I asked them, were they both virgins? Because I said, y'all never paid for sex?
Right.
I said, nah. I said, so y'all are virgins, right? And they looked at me. But it goes right into making a baby. All right? You're gonna, you know, like I said, you never taken a woman to dinner? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I said, okay. I said, okay, cool. I said,
those guys before.
Yeah.
I said, before you go on the hunt, do you get your car washed? Yeah. Do you get a detail? Yeah. Do you go get a new outfit? You know, I gotta look fly. So you buy cologne? I said, what'd you do all that for?
Exactly.
I said, and did you get all that stuff for free? I said, and you spent money for sex.
Exactly.
I said, there's some men that eliminate the middleman and call a hooker. You know, which as I get older, I understand more and more. All right. You know, but, you know, man, you bring an innocent human being in the world, And the only thing you're really required to do is guide and protect said human being until they can do it for themselves.
That's right. That's right.
All right? If you don't have the time to do that, keep your shit in your pants. Pardon my French.
That's right.
All right? You know, I don't care about the mother. I don't care about your relationship with the mother.
Right.
That child is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
That child didn't do nothing to you.
Right.
Didn't do nothing to that woman. You chose to bring that child into the world.
That's right.
You know? All these brothers, and I'm just not using the term brothers, but it's generic, and a generic term for males.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Everybody wants to brag about their sons. But you don't know what your son's favorite food is.
Exactly. I knew one deadbeat that was like his son played. He was a big football guy in college, and so his son played soccer, and he wouldn't go to the games. And I was like, "Why are you not going to the games?" He's like, "Because I don't like soccer." And I'm like, "You're missing the whole point."
That's not even a point.
If your son was on the freaking dart team,
right? Just show up.
You show up and you scream and you holler and you make him sound like the GOAT of whatever it is he's doing.
Right.
Exactly.
Heaven forbid your son wanted to be on the chess team or the debate team.
Might be a cheerleader.
You know, or a cheerleader.
Right.
You know, go into that. And I know that it's a stereotype. But I read this thread, and it was during the Dwayne Wade situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was these men talking about dealing, like, it was one of the things was, what if your son came home like this? And it looked like a college-age kid, but he was definitely cross-dressed.
Right.
All right. And it bothered me on how many fathers said that they would whip their ass.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. First off, you making that statement is pretty much indicative that you don't understand.
Right.
So that's a moment to have a conversation.
Exactly.
Because what is that going to do in turn?
Are you okay? Just like like our esteemed Vice President of the United States believes that you can pray the gay away, and he's not unique.
I'm sorry.
He's not unique in that thinking. Also, there's a lot of people that it's real easy to say homosexuality is a choice. How does a 4-year-old boy or girl make that choice?
Right.
All right. How does a kid, and the thing is, knowing your kid, my daughter was an honor roll student until maybe the 7th grade, and then she just became an idiot. All right.
Wait a minute.
And you know, and like
my dad.
It is what it is.
But you know what? You know what? Let me tell you something. Everybody in this room at 12 or 13 joins the freaking idiot club.
Oh yeah.
Because
something, right?
Because we're at that age where we're starting to become ourselves.
Right. Learning about yourself.
There's certain things you don't think you need to ask mom or dad about because you know. All right. Well,
they're gonna say no.
Now my wife, who was paying no attention to my daughter, was being reactionary to everything that happened. So my daughter gets into high school, and me and my daughter used to go on a summer trip together, just me and her. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we'd go to a destination, but one of the things she liked to do, she would go on the road with a band that I was working on.
Wow.
She would just be like a band member. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they put her to work. sometimes she Cadillac the whole time, right?
Cadillac.
But when she got to high school, we couldn't do it because her dumb ass was in summer school all summer. All right. Well, it got to a point where it was like me and my wife had separated. Me and my wife had separated, right?
For real,
And so only time I would hear from my wife was when my daughter was getting on her nerves.
Right.
So she calls and she says, "You need to do something about your daughter, cause I ain't paying for summer school this year. She just wanna do that." I said, "Don't pay for summer school. If I don't pay, she ain't gonna graduate." I said, "So?" I said, "Girl needs to get punched in her mouth once or twice." All right? And let her figure it out. She was really on track to like get out of high school when she was 30. All right? So I said, leave her alone. Let her not graduate with her friends. And I said, one or two things are going to happen. Then that there was some place where we failed, and she's going to drop out of school, or she's going to realize that she doesn't relate to the people that she's going to school with because she's a year or two older, and the friends that she had in school aren't talking to her because they've moved on with their lives.
Right.
Well, I get a call from my daughter. I said, "I'm done." I said, "I ain't paying." I said, "I don't care if she go to summer school or not." I said, "She seems to be making a pattern out of this, but she needs to deal with the consequences."
Exactly.
And when she was younger and she'd mess up in school, I would make it a point to take her to a fast food restaurant and go through the drive-thru, and didn't matter. They always helped me out. It was always a thing that by the time we got to the window, I would say to her, "That's why you need to stay in school.
This is your job.
All right.
This is your job, honey."
I would take her downtown, and we just drive around where all the homeless people congregated. So you want to fuck up in school? Sorry. This is where you're gonna live.
Right.
All right. And it wasn't no beating her on the head.
Right.
Just let her see.
Life lessons.
Let her see. Well, I get a call from my daughter. She says, "Dad, will you pick me?" It was either pick her up or she needed money. I said, "Cool, what's up?" She said, "I got in this program." I said, "So what you doing?" She says, "Well, I go to, she went to George Bush. I go to Bush during the day, then I leave there and I forgot the name of the program, and I go there till 8:30. I said, "Okay, cool." Whatever it was, I said, "Cool."
Yeah.
Well, it turned out she was on track. She was in the original class of 05. I think with the credits that she was missing, she would have graduated in 07.
Wow.
And she wound up graduating 3 months early.
Wow. That's awesome.
And that's what I was telling my wife. I said, if you paid attention to your daughter, you would realize that she may not take the path we want her to.
Right.
She might not take a path that is cut yet.
Right.
But when that light goes on, she's going to be at her destination. And I knew my daughter enough to where my daughter's group of friends have been her friends since childcare.
Wow.
All right, since daycare. So I knew that she wasn't going to miss out on moving forward with her life, with her crew.
Right.
And she did it. And at her graduation, it was funny because like her mother was sitting here and I was sitting over here. All right. And just acting a fool. And like I bought an air horn from somebody that was sitting by me. And right as I gave this dude the money, they make an announcement. There'll be no air horns. And so I said, yeah, right. I said, if you knew what I went through for this knucklehead to walk across that stage,
I'm gonna scream, yell, and shout.
Man, I'm gonna go get a New Orleans brass band. So naturally, they call my daughter's name. And okay, I just happened as I'm panning, I see my ex and she's all pissed off. Well, here come the police to confiscate. And he's walking up saying, "Give it, come on, give it." So I do this. I say, "Okay, sir, here." And he just shook his head.
Love it.
By the time he took the air horn, it was empty anyway, so I didn't care.
It's over.
I'm thinking, man, I paid for this thing. I'm gonna use it, right? I ain't got no boat or nothing. So
my goodness.
So so that was that.
Awesome. Love it.
Well, let's jump into some of the topics we plan to talk about today because we just want to really get to know you, Ed, and I think that
I'm sorry to hear that.
No,
I'm sorry.
You have just spending an hour with you has really made me understand the Ed experience. So
right.
You're fun. You're really fun to be around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally get it.
There you go.
I want to ask you guys some. What is this?
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. I love that. I'm going to ask you, okay, real quick, you guys, if you want to join in on the conversation, you got questions for Ed, you want to join in on parenting issues, it's Father's Day weekend, you want to send a shout out to your dad, give us a call. We'll be happy to get you on air, 281-587-1540. Anyone that calls in and we put on air, thanks to Meridate, we have a travel certificate with your name on it. So
yay!
Call in, be part of the show. You can watch us live on Facebook. You're also listening in the car at 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. If you get out of the car and you need to follow us, go to Facebook. We're live right now in studio. You can watch us.
Is that on delay?
Yeah, it's a little delay.
A little bit. 281-587-1540. I've got some human nature questions for you guys. I want to get your feedback.
Let's get it.
With everything going on in the world right now, I'm ready to say, beam me up, Scotty. I feel like the human experience has failed. I feel like we failed miserably as humans. You know what I mean? So I think that I want to ask you guys and get your opinion. I'm putting on my Ed experience pin here. Do I have that in there? Let me see. Put myself. All right, Ed. So I'm going to start with you because I think Ed's answer is going to be hilarious.
Yes, let's hear it.
The first question on the human nature questions I have for you guys today. Number one, are humans better at creation or destruction? What do you say, Ed?
I think it's both. I think humans like to create so that they can destruct, so that they can destroy things. I mean, if you look, I grew up in New York City, the first part of my life. So I was used to frequenting buildings that were hundreds of years old. Older things. There were still streets in Manhattan that were cobblestone. And then I moved to Houston, where it's an emerging city and people are building regularly. But I've seen more buildings torn down in the time I've been in Houston than in New York.
Wow.
And in Houston, it's not necessary to tear things down because there's so much space.
Right.
So I think that people create things. I mean, being as we're on a relationship show.
Yeah.
I think, and you said something earlier about how the sheltering in place has brought the destruction of relationships.
Yes.
And I think the thing like with Will and Jada, but the thing about Will and Jada, they're together 20 years, but they're not together 20 years.
Yeah, and that's what I said too.
So people go about, up until about 4 months ago, even like say one of the things that I realized right when they locked us in place, I said, what about abusive relationships?
Yeah, it's gone.
To where the only safe haven a woman had was going to work. The only safety a kid had, the only time in his day that he didn't have to worry about getting his ass whooped was in school.
Exactly.
So, the COVID-19 thing, I'm also a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, me too.
So I never really, even like with Angela, I said, I don't believe 100% what's going on. But okay, there's in Islam, there is a thing called the Hadith, which is the teachings of the Prophet. And there's a Hadith that says, trust in God, but tie up your camels. Wow. All right? And that's sort of how I feel about the corona thing. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But I'm tying up my camels just in case what I don't believe is really the truth.
Well, so let me chime in on that because I have a belief as well, and I'm also a conspiracy theorist. Because
but is it a conspiracy or is it their principalities have to be revealed somehow?
It's a conspiracy. The reason why I say it's a conspiracy is because what I feel like what's happening or what they're feeding to us is not actually happening.
Right.
Now they're creating something that's happening.
Yeah.
So they have created the COVID-19. They have created the coronavirus. But so that is really, really real and it's happening. But how it happened, the reason it's happening, those things, that's where the conspiracy comes from.
I told people when it first started, I said the coronavirus is in front of you.
Right.
I said, look it in the eye. But look to your right. Look to your left. Look behind you. And look in all that space in between and see what's going on.
And what's actually happening. And this is the reason why you have peripheral vision, okay? You have tunnel vision, you have peripheral, and then you can turn and do the 360. You understand what I'm saying? You need to be watching everything at all times. Yeah. And it's almost like you need to just pay attention. I call it awakening. You need to wake up. At the end of the day, that's another thing the theory goes on, and this is spiritual because faith without works is dead. So if they tell you to sit in your house and not go anywhere, and you actually only do that, then you're putting yourself back into a space of poverty. You're putting yourself, so subconsciously my mind is then saying, okay, what creative thing that I can do now to still cultivate my business, to still take care of my children, to still do these other things. So we have to always be forward thinking versus sitting still and just listening to what people tell you to do.
So you can't manifest when you're not in a state of gratitude.
My mother used to tell me all things happen for a reason. And you
That's
used
true.
the word repetitively in your last statement. And it was think. Okay, we were given 3 months to think.
To incubate.
Just to think. There was a group that I worked with that has come up with, I look back, it's a group that's looked at as being crazy. But I look back on their lyrics on a couple of songs. It was actually, I don't post a lot of stuff on Facebook, but I posted the opening lyric of this song, and it's called "Cause." If you don't like the effects, don't produce the cause.
That's right.
And it states, you say you don't like where you're at. Well, you can make a change if you accept the blame. All right?
So real.
So, with a lot of things, maybe what you didn't like, if you looked at the situation, that came out more with the George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
Than with the coronavirus, but think it ain't illegal yet. All right?
It's not illegal at all.
No, it's
Use
not.
your brain, honey.
It's not illegal yet. Because one, what we're doing now over the internet. Think of if you look at the biggest liability in the internet, it's been relinquishing independent thought. Exactly. Now you think online dating.
Yeah.
Online dating. You are so freaking lazy that and this girl I'm talking about has been encouraging me to go online. So I go, I did it, and I said I have yet.
Don't do it, Ed.
No. Check it out. I've done and that's my thing on all the dating sites, the Ed experience. All right. But I'm like wondering, you're dating.
It's funny.
You put a profile picture and you look horrible. And I'm not talking about like I'm not calling someone ugly, but your hair's all over the place.
I cannot with you, Ed.
Your hair's all over the place. You look like, hot mess. And you're gonna attract a man?
No.
All right, hold it. If I went on and my profile picture, I got 4 days worth of beard growth.
Let me tell you,
my mustache is all over the place. I got a T-shirt that says "I'm with stupid" or whatever, and then I'm wondering why I don't know.
Are you attracting these types?
Or I'm not attracting nobody.
Come on here. Nobody's talking to me.
The thing that trips me out is a woman putting on having a profile picture with a man. Now it could be a son, it could be your uncle.
Wait, and so on the flip side, boom, why are you hitting me up and you got your whole wife on this picture?
That's what I'm saying. And
your whole wife.
They're swingers, so looking for a friend.
Hold it, wait.
No.
Now I say that because I don't see men's profiles.
Right.
But I'm quite sure there's some dumbasses.
That's what I'm saying. It goes both ways, Ed.
Yeah.
We're having the Ed experience, but you need to have the Shamir experience.
That's what I'm talking about. And if I ask for the Shamir experience, we both grown. We don't need no chaperone.
No, we don't need no chaperone.
I understand that you might have an older son, a grown son, and the son is going to want to, what do they say, vet me? I'm good with that. But man,
don't get your daughter to
don't be having no profile picture like this,
We like,
It's for me to get to my mama.
Jody.
We gotta take a quick break, guys. Y'all pause. We are having a blast today here at the Matchmaker Hotline. Our spotlight single of the week, Ed Warner.
That's funny.
It's telling us all about the Ed experience. So at least when you go online and you see the Ed experience, you know exactly what you're in for, because this guy is a hilarious.
No, you don't know what you're in for.
It's out though. We're gonna take a quick break here on the Matchmaker Hotline. You guys are listening to Edge Radio at 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. It's your Matchmaker Amber Neal. Call in if you want to be part of the show. 281-587-1540. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the number one reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the number one reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the Matchmaker Hotline. Today we're spotlighting the Ed Experience, aka Ed Warner. He is our Spotlight Single of the Week, Dad's Edition. And welcome into the show, this beautiful lady, my friend Angela Morgan. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Angela. Looking beautiful as usual. So, Ed, we understand you're about to teach us how to make a drink for dads in honor of Father's Day this weekend.
Sure.
What are you making for us today?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a variation of old fashioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
The old fashioned is the original cocktail. It consists of, it's real simple. It's a spirit, a sweetener, and a bitter. The spirit is usually whiskey. Today I'm going to use High West Campfire Bourbon, which is a nice, bold, manly bourbon. I'm using, the twist today is going to be, I'm using Miracle Mile Toasted Pecan Bitters, which actually almost tastes like the filling of a pecan pie. And instead of a sugar cube or demerara, I'm using a pure agave syrup as a sweetener. So, if you say I'm teaching, whenever you make a cocktail, you always want to start with the least expensive ingredient and move your way up. So, and you're laughing, and I'm quite sure because you realize the logic is, let's say I told you I'm doing a bourbon drink, and I pour a couple ounces of vodka.
Yeah.
Well, now I got to throw away vodka.
Right.
If I put in the raw bitters, it's no cost. So I'm going to start with about a quarter of an ounce of agave syrup. Well, beers, I'm making 3 cocktails. I'm going to put more. About a quarter of an ounce. This is for a single drink. I'm going to then add dashes of bitters. Usually I would add about 5 for a drink, but I'm going to just talk to y'all and add bitters. And
that's what my grandma was. She never measured anything.
Yeah.
She just
those are the best.
Now with cocktails,
Fair
measure all the time,
Yeah.
because the one thing that you want in your cocktail is consistency.
That's all right.
It's consistency, and you know, if you get an old fashioned from me today, and I don't see you for 6 months,
Yeah.
you say, "Man, I had the best old fashioned." It's going to be the same drink.
That's true, because you will go back to a place because they made your drink just
yes.
right.
No, you go back to a place because you had the
It is experience. I got my
So
tag on.
normally for an old fashioned, I'm going to do 2 ounces of bourbon, but for this, I'm going to do 4 because it will. I'm not actually making full drinks. And now, if you notice, I just have spirits in there. I'm now going to add ice. And contrary to what people think, ice is just to cool a cocktail. Well, part of, like what you were saying, you don't like the taste of alcohol.
Yeah.
A lot of it is the burn. So
that makes sense.
So when you add ice to a cocktail, it not only chills it, but it dilutes it also. I'm also going to add the peel of an orange, and then I'm going to stir. Now, ice is a very integral part of a cocktail, and what I have here is pebble ice. It's not usually recommended for cocktails because it melts so quickly, but you know, bartenders have a lot of MacGyver in them, so they make do with what you have. So I'm going to stir that. Usually, I stir it until the glass feels cold. Okay?
Good tips. Good tips.
Now, usually, under normal circumstances, I would use a very large single cube or sphere of ice.
Right.
And that's because of the science of ice. And I'm going to do something That's probably not recommended. But if you notice, I was saying pebble ice melts very quickly.
Wow, it really does.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain that off. And then I'm going to strain my cocktail into the glasses. Now, you know, you have flair bartenders, but I think all bartenders work with a certain aspect of flair. I don't juggle mixing tins. I do pour like a mother. All right. So now I'm gonna do two things with the finishing of this drink. I'm gonna espresso one with just regular. I'm gonna do two regular. And what I did is I took the essential oils from the orange, put them right on top of this drink. So when you do take it to your mouth, you are going to experience the orange.
Nice.
On this last drink, I might be breaking a law in here because I'm going to incorporate an open flame. I'm going to do the same thing that I did espressing the lemon peel, but I'm going to do it by igniting the essence, which is going to give
Smell the orange.
somewhat of a concentrated bang. And anything that fire is involved with is a good thing. All right, so ladies.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna have a little.
Ma'am. Oscar, I tell you what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna let Oscar have mine. You can try mine, Oscar. Come on up, Oscar.
Oh, okay. Is that good? Because I was gonna let Oscar use the mixing glass.
Oh no, he can have mine.
That's the old fashioned classic cocktail. Can I? Boozy. Nothing overpowered on that drink.
Let me tell you something.
You can taste all of the ingredients that you saw me use, and that is.
I'm awake now.
Huh?
I'm awake now.
It's a drink, you guys. This is really, really good. I can imagine that a man would really, really like this. It's heavy where it needs to be, and it's light where it needs to be.
Yeah, it was a time when if you went into a bar and asked for a cocktail, you got an old fashioned. All right, it was
not the apple martini.
No, it's sometimes referred to as the original cocktail. And I figured that to do this for Father's Day, the original cocktail would work. Now, this is where I just want to put a plug in for history. The old fashioned, there are some people that contribute the old fashioned's origin to a gentleman named Tom Bullock. Tom Bullock is considered the first African American mixologist. He's also the first African American to write a book on cocktails.
Oh, good. Tom Bullock.
He's from Louisville, Kentucky. And the book
Google it.
The book that he wrote is called The Perfect Bartender, with a foreword written by George Herbert Walker. And if that name sounds familiar, that's because he's the grandfather of George Herbert Walker Bush. And the foreword that he wrote is rather glowing. It also sort of shows how stupid racism is, because this guy it's no other way. In his forward, he verbally fillets this man.
Yeah.
But he probably wouldn't let him in his house.
Right.
You know, and you know, so I'm really actually me and a group of people. There was an organization called the Black Mixology Club, and there's some people locally that are in the works of reviving it because Houston has an amazing community of African American mixologists.
Absolutely.
These guys are, you know, we got guys that are game changers, and it's the same all over the country. I travel around the country doing bartending gigs and competitions, and there's always some place that, you know, we're not always recognized, but we're always impactful.
Ed, I have to ask you, what is your sign?
Open for business.
Astrology sign.
Mine is catch up, matchmaker.
Okay, then as you ask the question, what do you think my sign is?
I'm asking.
No, you know, you're thinking. So what?
I'm thinking either a Libra or a Gemini.
Neither.
So what is your sign?
I'm an Aquarian.
Oh,
I'm a pure Aquarian.
that yeah.
I'm a pure. According to an astrologer, I'm a pure.
I can
Aquarian.
see that. I can see that.
Well, I hope so, because that's what it is.
We're running out of time, you guys. We gotta get out of here in 5 minutes. But Angela, we're gonna add you to the show real quick. Tell us about your business, because I know you had an announcement about Fort Bend today. For people facing evictions, the courts are back open, and Angela wanted to give you some news on some of your rights.
Yes, courts are back open for evictions, but if you live in Fort Bend County, they have halted all evictions.
Wow.
And there is no eviction court being held until further notice.
Wow.
So that's great for some tenants that need to catch up.
Yeah.
That sucks for some landlords that really need to catch up on their mortgages and are waiting on some rent money, but it is what it is. And I had a situation yesterday where I was in court with a client, and this is something that you always want to be mindful of. You have to be notified if you have been filed on and there's an eviction court hearing coming up. You have to be notified within 6 days of the date of the hearing.
Okay.
Had a constable that said he left the notification on a client's door, which was a fabricated lie. He actually swore to the judge that he left it. And this client would not have known that they even had an eviction date if it had not been for them just constantly calling me and calling their apartment complex, wondering, hey, what's going on? Because the client knew that they were behind and they were trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So, just be mindful that you do have to be served within 6 days of the court date. The judges that are having court are pretty much not giving any leniency. I mean, it's back to business basically.
But they're giving a little extra time too, right? To get out. Normally it's like what's the normal get out time? Like 5 days or something?
Once you go to court and that day the judge has told you have to go, and pretty much if you owe rent, they're gonna say, you're evicted.
Yeah.
It's normally 5 days you have to appeal or move.
Yeah.
But they're not actually giving more time, they are behind. So it's running about 2.5 weeks opposed to the 5 day period because there's so many cases because they've been closed for 3
months. Yeah.
Well, guys, we got to wrap up the show, but I wanted you to come on and at least, because I know so many people are going through this, and you're so amazing with helping on both sides, whether you're a landlord or a tenant. And we all need to give out our contact information because the show's over. We had a blast today with the Ed experience,
honey. I had an experience.
Angela, how do people get in touch with you if they need your help?
I'm on Facebook, Ladies First Legal Services. You can also call me at 832-880-1091. And you can email me at ladiesfirstlegal@mail.com.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on and referring us to Ed.
Yeah.
The experience. Ed, and your contact information, we got your card. You want to give out your phone number?
Yeah, 832-297-3655. I'm on Facebook as Ed Warner II. Also, I have an Ed Experience page. And I'm on IG as...
The Face.
And Tinder.
At at #EdExperience. But I think that I've had enough activity to where you could do at EdExperience and still get me. But my logo is my profile picture, which is the Ed Experience in black and orange.
Love it.
So click that.
Thank you so much for being on. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
And how looking forward to you, Shamir.
Shamir Bacon on all social media avenues. Also Boss Up Houston Network on all social media avenues. And The Real Housewives of Houston on all social media avenues.
Awesome. I look forward to you hosting your event with you next weekend too. So super exciting. And thanks to Marinate.com, all of our guests today will receive complimentary travel for being on the show. If you have a topic that you want us to go over, or if you're just somebody super amazing that we should meet, we'd love to do that. Or you're single and you're tired of being online, holler at me at amberneal.com. And tomorrow on the all-new Matchmaker Hotline, it is Funny Friday. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back tomorrow at noon here on Edge Radio, 101.7 FM, 1540 AM. It's your girl, Matchmaker Amber Neal. Y'all stay safe. See you tomorrow.
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversation.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge.
To introduce to you a gentleman that I've come to know and really appreciate, Dr. Raul Rodriguez from Rodriguez Rejuvenation. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Well, I started my career as in cosmetic surgery and aesthetic medicine over 20 years ago. And I've always been an innovator in everything that I've done. And I was fortunate enough to be featured on ABC News 2020 back in 2003 with Barbara Walters doing the introduction. Could this be the answer to your
Barbara
dreams?
Walters and Hugh Downs, right?
yeah, absolutely. Back then, he
That's
ended up on the Give Me a Break segment with John Salzo. But fortunately, we were the featured segment on 2020. So I've always been an innovator in everything that I've done on the area of aesthetics and rejuvenation as well. I realized many years ago that it took more than just a scalpel to make somebody look younger and feel younger. Mm-hmm. And I incorporated into my practice bioidentical hormone replacement, optimal nutrition, other things. I mean, what's the use in looking younger if you don't feel good?
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So a lot of what I do and integrate in my practice is not just designed to help you look younger, help you look more fresh, for women as well as men, but also to make you feel younger and ultimately even function younger, as we'll get into a little bit more with our segment.
With regard to men and erectile dysfunction, this has become very pervasive, and to my surprise, I'm hearing men in their 30s are having issues right now. Is that right?
Yes, it's true. And in my practice, I've had a 50-something-year-old father that brought his 26-year-old son in because he had different issues.
Wow.
With the issue of erectile dysfunction, and I would like to rephrase that and let's rename it as erectile functioning, the circulation gets poorer as we get older, everywhere in our body. You know, our circulation gets bad in our legs, circulation gets bad in our heart, and eventually you die of a heart attack.
Right.
Well, the same thing happens with erectile function in men. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not a psychological issue. It's an issue that simply has to do with the fact the circulation there is not as good as it was when you were 25 years old.
Yes, yes.
But now we have technology to reverse some of those changes, some of that deterioration of circulation to help restore more normal blood flow and circulation to the area, even though it's 25 years down the road from when you used to be 25. The procedures that I'm talking about is a procedure that actually helps stimulate the formation of new blood vessels in the area, so it restores a more normal blood flow, more normal circulation, a more normal, healthier, younger function.
You have a procedure that you've revolutionized, and now in the industry there is an option. Tell us about what that process is and how it works.
That's called the Rod-Rock procedure. Rod for Rodriguez and Rock, ROC, for restoration of circulation.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay.
Restoration of circulation.
Restoration
the
of circulation.
Rod-Rock treatment.
The Rod-Rock treatment. Now, essentially what I've done is combine different modalities that have been around for a long time, but combine them to get synergy in stimulating new blood flow, new blood vessel formation in the penis.
Yes.
And particularly in the part of the male organ that dilates with blood, called the corpora cavernosa. And that particular treatment involves using some instrumentation with machines to deliver energy to the area, but also I combine that with stem cells. There's a lot of stuff in the news about stem cells and the capacity of stem cells to rejuvenate tissues, to heal things. And I take those different modalities and combine them in a 2-week protocol to actually get significant improvement in over 95% of the people that have the treatment.
Wow. And you're saying it's a process that's only about 2 weeks in length?
It's about 2 weeks. Right.
Wow.
It's 2 weeks. You come into the office, 3 times a week. It's 2 to 3 weeks. I can adjust it to the patient's schedule. 2 to 3 times a week for 2 consecutive weeks. Okay. And then after that, you may not have to have another session until a year, maybe 2 years down the road.
So, Dr. Rodriguez, we are just about out of time. Can you tell folks how they can connect to you?
RodriguezRejuvenation.com. RodriguezRejuvenation.com. And there on the website, you'll find lots of useful information. And then, of course, come in for a consultation as soon as you can, because everybody is different. There's no cookie cutter approach, and we customize a treatment protocol and treatment plans for what your particular problems are, your personality to some extent, your budget.
Yes.
So everything is customized.
Outstanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to Dr. Raul Rodriguez of Rodriguez Rejuvenation.